All right, welcome everyone to Social Tables Huddle, our weekly video blog series in which we interview hospitality industry leaders on topics that pertain to meetings and event professionals. Today we're joined by the one and only Corbin to discuss how technology is shaping attendee engagement. Corbin, as many of you know, is an international speaker, a consultant, and a writer who helps guide his clients on how technology can be used to save time and improve productivity. So welcome, Corbin. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Claire. I'm glad to be with you.
Great. So we'll just jump right in. Online and offline engagement are critical components of an event and meeting ecosystem. Each component seems to be considered when planning each stage of an event quite seriously, and all stages before, during, and post. With that in mind, I'd like to take a deep dive into what the future of attendee engagement looks like, if that's okay with you. To get started, can you tell me a little bit about why you think human behavior leads us to want to participate in meetings and events in the first place?
Well, I think that there are a number of reasons why people like to go to events. In fact, I have a recent article on my website about as technology changes events, and they're going to change them substantially, there are many things that remain the same. And kind of on basic level, we are gregarious animals. We like to get together. We, in fact, have a biological imperative to get together. And so meetings in some form or another are going to remain viable for the foreseeable future. But the ability that meetings have to engage people during the event is very different than, for example, a virtual conference. And virtual conferences and virtual meetings really have their place primarily for short information exchange. But to keep people, you usually have maybe 30 minutes maximum to keep people's attention, and then they're in today's distracted environment, they're all tabbing and answering email or doing other things. And so with an event, if it's done properly, you can keep people's attention for days if you feed them and entertain them and inform them. And so it's a much more directed type of environment. I think that is a key driver that will keep events viable for the foreseeable future. But others, just for an exhibition, for example, that you have this concentrated area of buyers and sellers together. And so people that if you want to find out, especially in our industry, the meetings industry and hospitality, it's so service-oriented that if you want to find service industries require people, and you want to meet with people and want to know who you're dealing with, and that allows a good opportunity for that. And finally, just the ability to travel to new meetings afford the ability to travel to new destinations away from your office space, oftentimes in nice, interesting locations, and that desire to travel and see new things as well, I think, is another driver. So it's the power for meetings to engage people, keep their attention, and to inform and for networking, I think, are viable options for the time for many years to come.
Absolutely. We were just talking about how we have a fun industry. At least we get to go to fun locations when we're going to our meetings and events.
Absolutely.
So just to continue on kind of that mindset, a crucial driver for individuals who attend meetings and events is continued education, as you touched on just for a moment there. In an article that you wrote earlier this year, you noted that information is cheap, but knowledge is dear. With the innumerable ways in which meetings and event planners can deliver content, what are some technology products that they should keep in mind when they're preparing to deliver meaningful and knowledgeable events?
Well, this is a challenge. We are in an information glut. We have so much information coming at us every day that we need to filter it out and sort it out. And I think that's that's an area that events, for example, can assist with that. If, for example, my interest is in technology, but if you're interested in technology, you can attend presentations at events or go to exhibitors that have the areas that you're looking at and get quick, condensed, impactful information during that exchange. And it's easier than kind of trying to sort through lots and lots and lots of layers with it. And that's where information is cheap, but knowledge is dear. That it's that condensing and filtering that down into a useful platform. There are many ways that can be done to assist it. And I think that it depends on if you're using a virtual event. There are engagement tools that can be brought in. I think it's a matter of training is more than it is a matter of the technology. You use the interactive tools that afford you that, and you are aware of times and there are different things. On site, I think that visuals tend to be, although some people, it's PowerPoint, for example, other computer presentations aren't natural for some topics. For many topics, especially complex topics, they can assist in that information exchange. Bring in videos, you can do a range of things here to show what you mean in a way that's in a short time and an engaging manner that should be fun. The phrase "death by PowerPoint" is around because I think it's not the problem with the program; it's a problem with the use of it. And it's page after page after page out of bulleted text is not the way to get that idea across.